live stream. You know what? Unfortunately, oh, bummer. Nothing. It's flat. There was a little skip this morning, and then it faded away. So anyway, if you're around and you want to chat, come on in. We have it was nice. It started out nice here, and now it's wet. So it's a good time to be a live stream. I was going to do it at 12 noon Pacific time. Unfortunately, Wendy and I were in town, and we got back. We had to clean up the accommodations. We have people checking in. So anyway, like I say, if you're around and you're not shooting skip right now, or maybe you are shooting skip, join in the Video Gate live stream. I'll be waiting for you. It is quiet on the band. Nothing. Not even on 6. Usually 6, it comes slamming in here. See if there's anything on the weather. Nothing. All is quiet. I'm hoping we get some more skip later on today. Like I say, sorry folks, I'm an hour late on the live stream. I got tied up. I don't know if you can. I'm doing a live stream right now. And I got my ears open for DX. So I'll be waiting for you guys. Like this, I want some skip, but there ain't no skip. There ain't no skip out there. Well, we got one watcher. Come on in and say hi, guys. The only noise I'm probably going to get today, not skip, but something out of the bow fund, right? So we'll put this up here and see if we got any fire calls. Oh, it's funny, eh? The minute I put that up there, it's like there's a call coming through. Huh? It's just one of those really ugly days out there where I don't want to be outside. It's really, really wet. Hey, how's it going, Michael? Yeah, it's flat on the band here, man. There's just no skip coming in. It's dead. Dead. We had a little bit I heard this morning, but pretty quiet right now. Go through all the channels. Go through 1 through 40. Nothing. And usually 6 and 28 are the first channels to get the skip, right? For all my American friends out there. I live closer to the US than I do to Canada, really, if you think about it. Our islands are right across from Washington State. So there you go. It's beautiful stars and stripes. You see that? There. Anyway, if you're in there, pop in and say hi. I wish there was some skip rolling in right now, then I could possibly contact some of you people out there in skip land if it was running our way. Yeah, it's just really, really dead here. Nothing coming in. Let me put that back up there. Anyway, I'm waiting like I usually do. I'm patient when it comes to skip. And a lot of times I like to fish for it, as you see in the videos. I'll go to a clean channel early in the morning, and you don't hear anything. Sometimes you might hear a little bit of chatter way in the distance on channel 6, but I'll go to channel 28, and I'll call out there just for the heck of it. That's like I said, it's like throwing your fishing line into the lake and hoping to get a bite, right? And sometimes you don't, but sometimes you do. You just never know who's sandybagging out there. And I was watching one of my friends' video gates there, 445 Mississippi, good guy and good channel, 445 video gates. Mother Nature, it is crazy. West Virginia is in the house. Vinny, good to see you in there, man. I wish I could hear you on here. I wish we were getting some skip and then we could talk. So anyway, my friend 445 Video Gates down in Mississippi, he shot a video gate of me, and he's got a few video gates of me shooting skip. So it's quiet on his end, completely dead. And there I was coming in at 9 S units, sometimes 40 over. You can see, go to 445 Video Gates, and you'll see. Matter of fact, I'll find the link for you, and I'll post it here. And I think that's the way it is. Like somebody can be out there calling, and sometimes you'll hear them in there. Or I'll be calling, and you don't hear anybody out there, but somebody might hear you. Hello, Vinny. Yeah, good to have you guys in there. Thanks for joining in the gate. I'm just going to go find a link here for a sec, guys. And we'll see what we can do. There. Oh, and I took this video off. Hello, Vinny. Missouri is waving. You got to love Missouri, the show me state. Talk to Missouri a lot. Let's just see videos. I'm just on my channel here. I'm just going to find a gate that was shot from this one right here. So I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post the link for you guys. You might have already seen the video. Maybe you subscribed. But here's a video that somebody shot of me, a video gate of me and my barefoot station and how it sounds in the Magnolia State. And I was actually quite surprised he was getting that good of a reading on this barefoot radio. When I say barefoot radio, I'm talking barefoot out of this radio. This radio is anywhere around 8 watts. Something like that, which is a whole lot more than 4 watts. I mean, and then somebody else asked me, well, do you ever use power on AM when you're shooting skip? On this radio, no, just the 8 watts. So maybe a little bit of power, but I still consider that just about barefoot. So I say barefoot radio. On my RCI 2970DX, it puts out 40 or 50 watts on AM. So, and that's variable. I can turn it up or down. Most of the time I have it down. But if somebody has a tough time hearing me, then I crank it up a little bit. But like I say, compared to what people are running out there in DX land, some of these guys are running 2,000-3,000 watts or more. And so I have a Wiki station up here. But if the conditions are right, you can talk anywhere on a ground plane. I know that. I've worked lots of European stations on the ground plane. And you can talk, all 50 states and all Canadian provinces on a ground plane. Australia all the time, lots of places, South Pacific, New Zealand, Tasmania, Cook Islands. There's lots of places you can talk on a ground plane if the conditions are right, and even on barefoot. But sideband, I do like to crank the juice through the wire with the Texas Stars. If I hear a good sounding station coming in from Australia and I really want to talk to them, and then we'll crank up the horsepower, right? And we don't have a whole lot of horsepower here, but what we do have seems to be quite effective on sideband. So we have the Texas Star 500 high drive and a 350 Texas Star high drive. The 350 Texas Star high drive is hooked to my old TRC 458. And the 500 high drive is hooked to this radio here. And like I say, the RCI 2970DX has its own power, which puts out over 120 watts on sideband. It's been peaked up. So, and in the vehicles, Wendy's vehicle has a 200 watt kicker, and mine has a 200 watt kicker as well. And we mostly just talk on sideband in the vehicles. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining in. Not a lot happening here right now. And like I say, I wish there was a bit of skip coming in so that I could be working some DX and possibly contact you, fine people out there. So let's go through the band one more time. go on sideband. $7.91 on the side. See if anybody hears me. 791 QSX. Could be a local on the Big Island. 791 Gulf Islands QSX. It's quiet. Right now I have a Cobra 29 soundtrack. It's been golden screw. The old golden screwdriver. We used to say that back in the day. As your radio had the golden screwdriver taken to it. Not that 225 shooting star, but no way to run 225 shooting star. Oh, so a boot. So you're gonna need a hey Big Stack, how's it going? Bad prop here today too. Big Stack. Listen, dude, I'm a 38 right now. It's dead. There was a little bit of skip this morning, but not anything right now. We'll go around the band. We'll put her on AM. I always go to 6 kind of first if I think skip might be coming in, because that's where you're going to usually hear it first, and 28. For some reason, 6 and 28 on AM, those are kind of like the skip magnet channels. And then on sideband, it's always 27, 385, right? 38. But today, she's pretty flat on the band. And I did do some skip fishing this morning. And like I say, it's fun just to kind of throw the old skip fishing line out there and hopefully to get a bite. And it's sometimes quite surprising. The one day I was doing it, it was early in the morning. I went up to 28 and I'm skip fishing and I'm calling and thinking just about ready to give up. And I heard some wiki station in there come back to me, and guess where it was? New Brunswick. And I actually do have a video gate of it here. And that actually surprised me because it was been years since I talked to New Brunswick, years, maybe 20, 25 years, something like that. So a long time. So New Brunswick actually heard me calling out. And, you know, you never know who's going to hear you out there. Maybe we don't have the good conditions here, but maybe if you're calling out there, maybe somebody in skip land's going to hear you. Hearing a little Brazil and West Indies, but 555. Yeah, I'm guessing there's probably nothing on this side. I'm guessing it's probably pretty flat. Let's go see. Let's go up higher. CQDX International 791 on the west coast of Canada, QSX. That's barefoot. So, and you know, on sideband I'm 791, and I've always been like 612, 612 on AM. So nothing on 27. Oh, upper sideband, sorry. CQ 791 west coast of Canada. 791 west coast of Canada, QSX. Maybe if I had the preamp on. Hey, Big D, how's it going, man? I'm wishing we had some skip in here. You know, it's one of these crappy rainy days here on our island. The rain just started up, and rather cool out there too. I'm not impressed with today, and no skip for me. No skip for me to talk. But you know what? I have you guys in there, and you guys make the channel. You guys make the video gate live stream. So I want to tell you a little bit about this channel. I have 3 YouTube channels. My main channel is actually Banana J SSI. And what I do here, I'm an exotic plant gardener. We have a palm nursery here on our island. So I do a lot of YouTube videos of exotic gardens and plants. So that's what that other channel pertains to. And there are actually some video gates on that channel as well, believe it or not. If you look up if you go to that channel and you search out 11 meter band DX or CB radio or something like that, I'm sure some of them will pop up from years ago. But this channel, I started in 2012, April 2012. And it was mostly pertaining to exotic plants and random stuff too. And when we go to Maui or whatever, I'd shoot a video. And I started about 10 years ago making the CB video gates. And I do have some on this one as well. So you can look at some of the earlier CB radio video gates on this channel. If you just go to the little magnifying glass on here and you search out 11 meter skip or 11 meter DX, 11 meter band radio DX or CB radio, put that in there and some of them will come up. So those were the first video gates I shot on this channel. It was about a decade ago. And it's either on this channel or the other channel. There are videos of me working European stations as well. And those are from probably about a decade ago, at least. So I started it up again just because there's such a big interest it seems, in CB radio, especially in the States. More so, I think, in the States. Let me just turn this back to AM here and turn it back to regular channel. Sorry, guys. And go back to channel 6. And maybe we'll hear something in there. But it just seems in the States, there's just way more of an interest in the CB radio deal than here in Canada. I know a lot of people here into it, but I think more so in the States. Got a new one Monday, 119 division. I had Madeira. Oh, cool. That is awesome. That Isle of Madeira is off of Portugal. I've talked to Portugal before, but I've never talked to Isle of Madeira. That's a good contact. I think with a home new 40-meter grip rig putting up to 0.2 foot long. Oh, cool. That is awesome, Big D. Well, let me know how that works. That sounds pretty awesome. I think it's kind of fun and really challenging to actually work skip with lower wattage, right? So when I'm talking AM skip out of this radio, like I said, we're talking, I call it barefoot skip. We're barefoot skip shooting, and it's amazing the signal. So like I said, for you guys that have just joined in, here's a link from a video gate somebody shot of me and my signal, how it sounds in Mississippi barefoot. And you can see I was slamming in there pretty good with this radio, hitting them at 40 over, which I was quite surprised to see. And 445 Video Gates as a channel, and he's got a lot of videos on there. I think he's got like 6,000 videos on his channel. And he's a good guy, and he just comes booming in here. 445 in the Magnolia. I always enjoy talking to him, even when he's in his mobile. He slams in here. Always has them all down, and I'm sure some of you guys have probably talked to 445. I have video gates of him, and I have Incusos. And if I ever hear any of you other guys in there, Big Stack, we've talked to you a few times, any of you other guys in there, you will make the video gate. Like I say, cameras are handy. And sometimes it's not, I'm not always shooting with a camera. I'm shooting with the camera right here on the internet, right, on the computer. So I shoot the handheld video gates with this guy, my cheapy Canon camera. So there you go. And well, I'm hoping later on some skip rolls in. Today was a nice day. We went to, like I say, it was nice. We went to town. It was sunny. And Wendy's art is up on the side of the building. Wendy, my XYL, is an artist. And her 4x8 painting is on the side of Man Hall. I'll upload a video after so you can check that out. I'll probably put it on Banana JSSI. But anyway, her 4x8 painting is featured on the side of a hall, big hall in town. And it'll be there till fall. And tonight we have to go to the opening of the art show, Spring Art Show. So it's the opening of it. So I hope there's no skip rolling in when I'm gone, right? Because that's where we're going to be. We're going to be at an art show tonight. Wendy loves to paint and loves to draw. So her art is out there. And if you're ever on Salt Spring Island, you check out her gallery. She does actually have a gallery. It's on Facebook too. Gallery 59. She's a really good artist. But the painting is quite beautiful. Very beautiful. And it looks good. Actually, it matches the side of the building. Okay, so no skip coming in. This really sucks. Let me shoot. Let me fish for. Oh, hey. Oh. There's skip. I heard some. I'm excited. How about a DX land? 612 on the west coast of Canada fishing. 612 on the west coast of Canada. Break. How about a DX land? 612 on the west coast of Canada. 612 on the west coast of Canada breaking. I hope he comes back to me. I'm on channel 28 right now. Hawaii's coming in. How about at number 2, Hawaiian Islands? 612 west coast of Canada. 612 on the west coast of Canada breaking. I've talked a lot. He's the only guy I can hear in there right now. How about at number 2 Central Pacific. 612 west coast of Canada women. You just never know how many S units I'm hitting that guy. Number 2. How about at number 2 in the Mobile? Hawaiian Islands, 612 west coast of Canada. 612 west coast of Canada women. How about at number 2 Hawaiian Islands? 612 west coast of Canada. Break. I'm a skip junkie, man. I'm actually addicted to skip, and it's funny. And I've been shooting skip since 1977. And like I say, the only reason I ever got a CB radio was to actually shoot skip. And I'll never forget. And for some of you that haven't heard the story, my dad bought a CB receiver back in 1976. So we'd sit around the table and we'd listen to all the skip coming in. And I just thought that's the coolest thing, listening to these guys making all this noise, talking all over the place. And I'll just never forget this one kid's handle. He called himself Rubber Band Jr. And he was in Illinois, Land of Lincoln. And I'm listening to these guys. And I said, Dad, I would like to talk like that. I want to talk to some of these people. So that's when in 19 me my first CB radio, and guess what? That's what I started doing, shooting skip back in the day. 45 years ago, I've been shooting skip for a long time, and I know some of you guys have too, and I'm still shooting skip. So I am kind of like a skip chunky. It's fun. It's a good hobby, and I know you guys enjoy the hobby too. How about a DX land? How about a DX land? 612 on the west coast of Canada. 612 on the west coast of Canada, breaking. Make sure the mic's up. How about a number 2 in the Mobile? Number 2 in the Mobile, 612, west coast of Canada. 612, west coast of Canada. Waving. Audio. 7 watts right there, man. That's it. 7 crappy watts. I can turn this one down as variable. Hello, audio. Actually, I can 2 watts. I can turn this radio down to 2 watts. And on AM, I can go to about 8 watts. So not a lot. Clutch Live, good day. How's it going, buddy? 41 KK 219. Good to see you in there. From New Zealand, right? From New Zealand. Gotta love that. Hey, you know what we grow here? And I know they're not native to New Zealand, but they grow a lot of them in New Zealand. We grow kiwis. We grow Actinidia deliciosa. We have huge kiwi vines all over the place. So my 29 can go down to 1 watt. Nice. I like the 2995 DX. Yeah, New Zealand. I partied with Kiwis when I was in Hawaii. We go to Hawaii every year, but I haven't been since the stuff that's been going on. You know what I mean, worldwide. But years ago, I remember back in the late 80s, bumping into some great guys from New Zealand, and we partied with them one night. They know how to party, those Kiwis, right? Operator Liam, okay. Good to have you in there, and I wish we had some New Zealand skip right now, South Pacific. We'd be listening to you. So you guys, Liam is on my video gate. He did make the video gate here for sure. So I don't know if you got that with our queue. So I may have. A lot of times I'll put the videos on and then I just kind of go on to the next one, right? But I'm glad you did make the video gate. A lot of people do watch the channel. This channel doesn't have a lot of subscribers. It's just over 10,000 subs. But the views on this channel are over 7.2 million. So there's a lot of views on this channel. Over 7.2 million views on this channel. So it does have a lot of hits. So if you do make a video gate, somebody out there might see you out there, right? And watch the video. And I hope to get all of you guys on a video gate. That's why I'm looking for you guys out in Skipland. So if you hear me in Skipland on channel 28 most of the time on AM, and 37 to 42 on sideband. Yeah. So anyway, we had the guy coming in from Hawaii, number 2 in the Mobile, and he's on my video gates. Do another child. Oh, you mean wild? Oh, child video. You mean wild child? Wild child, Missouri. Wild child, Missouri. Boom's in here, man. He has them mauled down. You gotta like Wild Child. And just wondering, Joe, is your camera? It's you know what it is. I'll tell you why it's grainy. It's because the lens is totally scratched. So I'm going to tell you something, Big D. I have gone through this is my 8th camera. Like, I'm going to tell you guys something about my YouTube stuff. I've been shooting YouTube videos since 2008. Okay, so I got 3 YouTube channels, and the first one, it's kind of just I don't upload on it anymore. I haven't uploaded to it in 12 years. The very first YouTube channel. It's got about 1,000 something videos on it, and just over 1,000 videos. And I break these cameras a lot because a lot of times when I'm out somewhere, I set it up and I talk, and I'll set it on a rock or something. It'll drop and it'll hit the ground and it'll break. So this is my 8th. This I believe is my 8th Canon camera. It's 20 megapixels, but the lens is totally scratch now. So time for a new camera. I only bought this one last summer. Oh, something coming in. There's a call coming in. I got it on the fire department here on the Baofeng. Pastor Ron, chili. Oh, you want a chili video? A chili video. You like chili? I like chili too. Chili's awesome. Chili con carne. So anyway, yes, Big D, I do need another camera, unless maybe my XYL will let me use her camera. Hey, Wendy. Let's see something. She's got a really good camera. Wendy. Oh, okay. Nope. She's there. I might have to sneak to use her camera. Wendy's got a really good Canon camera. So she's got the same type, but it's better than this one. It's a better quality camera, so it takes way better pictures too. It's probably more megapixels, and I know she paid probably about 150, 200 bucks more. So these are just little cheapy cameras. I like small cameras. Hello, Garrett. Good to see you in there. Aloha. Actually, number 2 in the Mobile in Hawaii was coming in here on channel 28. The only skip on hearing. Later on today, hopefully the floodgates open up. Might go to ill and shoot. Oh, cool. Okay, Clutch live. Yeah. I'll get you on sideband. Although I have actually worked on Australian. You know what? I'll tell you what. I have worked New Zealand on AM. It's going good, Garrett. I got this just for Garrett here. There you go. Unfortunately, we have other Hawaiian plates too. Garrett, aloha to you from our island here in the North Pacific. Salt Spring Island, Canada's Hawaiian island. Yes, we do have lots of Hawaiians here on our island. Check out some of my videos on Hawaiian history. I go through the Hawaiian graveyard on the south end of our island. We have a Hawaiian graveyard on our island. It's pretty cool, and they all the graves have puka shells around them, which is kind of neat. But anyway, Garrett, I wish I was in Hawaii right now, man. So I'm guessing you're right in Waikiki, right? Jane would join in a lot of times. I have another. Mashed into Hawaii many times. I love talking to Central Pacific, but I'm going to tell you something. Clutch. I remember it was back in 1981, and you probably haven't heard this story. I was talking to my buddy. I lived south of Vancouver then in 1981. I was 17, and we were down on 26. It was 26,565 or 26,535. It was one of those lower channels in the free band, way down there. I was on my old TRC 452. And I had a beam antenna up at the time. I had a high gain Eliminator 2 full quad up 36 foot on a tower. And I will Jungle Joe. Is that you in the gorilla video, Honolulu Zoo? Was that you in the gorilla? Oh, that was Wendy's. That's Wendy's Honolulu Zoo video on Gulf Island Rock. So Wendy's channel is Gulf Island Rock. Check out Wendy's YouTube channel. Yeah, she shot that video. It's got like 1.3 million hits. So anyway, Clutch, I'm talking to my buddy. We're talking local. He lived about probably about 10 kilometers from me, maybe something like that, max. And we're talking, and I could hear somebody in the distance talking. Like every time, between us keying up, you could hear somebody in the distance talking. And I didn't know where they were. It sounded like they had an Australian accent. That's my wife's. Yeah, that's Garrett. That is Wendy's YouTube channel, Gulf Island Rock. So anyway, I said, hey, just a minute, Sven. I'm going to swing my beam around. So I swung my beam around, Clutch, to the southwest. And sure enough, I brought their signal up from next to nothing to about a 5S units. And I called a few times, and guess what? They came back to me from New Zealand on AM. I was running probably about 3 watts, something like that, because my wattage was even lower down there, barefoot. And I actually got QSL cards from them. So I actually worked New Zealand on AM. I've also worked Australia on AM too, and Hawaii lots of times on AM. So there you go. That's my story. That's 41 years ago. That was 41 years ago. I talked to New Zealand on AM, a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, that's my wife's video. My wife's YouTube channel is for you, Wendy's channel sometime. It is Gulf. And she's got some pretty good stuff on there too. So check out Wendy's channel sometime. She's got you know what? So Wendy and I, this was a video she shot about nine years ago. And I told her to title it Possible Bigfoot Sighting. She titled it Bigfoot Sighting. So many people have picked up on her video she shot. It went viral. And Clutch, I got it 54 Alaska, channel 11, 4 watts. See, that's pretty cool. See, that's impressive when you can talk to Alaska from where you are in 4 watts. That, to me, is more impressive than somebody running 400 watts. Hello, Joe. Long time. Hey, William. Good to see you. I wish there was more skip coming in. William, let's go down to 6 and see what we got going on. Nothing. Isn't that funny? I can actually hear number 2 in the Hawaiian Islands on 28. So Wendy shot a really good video back in 2013 of something we spotted, something we observed in the forest near Port Rendru, near the west coast, and so many people have picked up on it. So it made it to the History Channel in early December, and then Discovery Channel just contacted her, and they might want to use her video too. So that's pretty cool. I'm on channel 28 right now, because that's what I said. Usually channel 6 and channel 28, that's where you're going to hear it first on AM, and channel 38 SSB. And but there's nothing really coming in on 28 right now. 6. Oh, I hear a little something in there on 6. Little something. Because those guys are running mega power, right? Mega power. Usually the witch doctor coming in there. There we go. 11. 11's a good one too. 11's a Hawaiian channel. Okay, I'm on 6. I hear a little something. Looks like we might get some afternoon skip there, fellas. I sure hope so. I'm ready. I'm ready to start skip shooting. Like I said, I'm a skip junkie. Yeah, the rapper runs 40,000 watts. Yeah, what's his name again? Prime Minister. The Prime Minister. That is, what's his rapper name? It's not Prime Minister, but Prime Minister is his handle. He's got that skull cracker. 40,000 watts. That's insane. It's amazing you can actually get away with that, eh? Man, that's good tea. 40,000 watts. Man, the lights would dim. You'd have to have your place freaking rewired for that, to plug that in. Would you plug that into 220? Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's go to 28. How about a DX LAN? How about a DX LAN 612 on the west coast of Canada? 612 on the west coast of Canada, waving. And it's always exciting when someone comes back to you, right? Isn't that crazy when you call out like that on a dead channel and then you hear somebody respond? That's the excitement I get on this wiki radio. I'm running an IMAX 2000 on this, and like I say, a D104. How about a DX LAN? How about a DX LAN 612? 612 west coast of Canada, skip junkie looking. I kind of like that handle, the skip junkie, right? Guy was like, damn, doesn't he? Clean amp, yeah, the skull cracker. I think it was built by Box Builders Idaho. BB, have you ever wondered if CB would get back 90s and before? I blame so. Yeah, well, you know what? It was way more popular back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And then it took a dive when, all the kids have cell phones now. They all have iPhones. And, I've even talked to people like, what's the interest in CB radio when you can text your friends, you can FaceTime your friends? It's like, honestly, guys, I'm going to tell you something. I've never, ever owned a cell phone or an iPhone. I've never personally bought one. I've never owned one. I had one in my work truck when I parks department for 19 years. And you turn that thing off at the end of the day and it stays in your truck. So I had an iPhone through work, but I've actually never, ever owned an iPhone. Now, my wife has one and my ex-wife had one. She had one of those first flip phones, the big ones, Motorola's back in the or something. But I prefer CB radio. And I think maybe it is kind of making a comeback because I do hear a lot of people in the States. I think there's way more people in the States that have them than in Canada. That's for sure. I think in Canada, they've kind of gone by the wayside. But in the States, you guys got lots of CB stores and stuff like that. Here in Canada, I think there's maybe a handful of them in Canada. Yeah. And he should splatter all over the band with that amp. Don't you think, Clutch? I tell my mates I spoke to Russia today and they 5-point feed antenna. Cool. Russia. I remember speaking to a guy maybe a couple of times in Russia many years ago. And I was thinking, is that guy snow jobbing me? And I think he actually was in Russia. And both of the guys, that was years ago, back in the 1980s. And I do have them logged. When I talk to people, I have them logged. So when I talk to you, 219, maybe Morse code could, maybe, yeah, it could be. It could come back. I don't know when I talked to you 219, but you would be in my logbook here. So let's see what we have here. New Zealand. Let's see what we have here for New Zealand. You'll definitely be in here. My eyes aren't that bad either. My eyes are bad. I'm sorry. Australia, Puerto Rico. Last long distance station I worked was 219, New Zealand. Okay, so I talked to you on April 5th. April 5th, I talked to you. And what was your number? It was K. I put 219. You were KK something, right? Let me go back again. 219. Let's find that because I got to put the first part of your call number in there. Let's see. Where are we? Clutch. 41KK219. 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 Okay, so you're actually in my logbook. When I talk to long distance stations like that, and I can't put everybody in my logbook, I'd be filling up millions, but I have a lot of logbooks filled up over the last 45 years because I started keeping a logbook right when I got into CB radio in 1977, right? So let's go back here. And I do appreciate you guys joining in the live stream. Maybe Morse code. Yeah, I do actually have a Morse code oscillator. But anyway, cell phones and the internet, Big D, I think have kind of taken over, right? And that's why a lot of younger generation, they don't give a rat's what about CB radio. Old timers do. I'm 58 now, and I'll never give up my CB radio. I've always enjoyed it. Got the signature I needed to come up with it. Oh, hell yeah. Got the signature I need to come up with a QSL card. Yeah, well, I drew my first ones years ago. I got to get my very first one, right? My very first QSL card is downstairs in the QSL card box, and it was a gold card, and that was in 1977, right? So the ones I got made in 1978 look like this. I was goat roper when I was a kid. There, that was my card right there. They were simple. I designed it. I drew, and there's my D104 on there. So those are 44 years old, those cards. And like I say, the very first ones had a totally different design. And then in 1980, I drew some other ones up, and I got these ones printed in North Carolina at the QSL card place. And because I do a lot of shortwave listening, these ones have the nice postcard kind of back on them. And then I got the same one in gold and black right there, right? So there we go. Shortwave radio around the world, and that one's got the postcard back on them too. So I have a lot of QSL cards. I did a video on my QSL cards, and I have a big Apple box full of them downstairs. And I mean, you can't get cards from everybody you talk to, but I've certainly got a lot of QSL cards. I have them from every state. I have them from every province. I have lots from New Zealand, Australia, Tasmania, and other parts of the world too, from people I've talked to. I've saved them all. I never got rid of them. I actually have them in their original envelopes, which is even cooler. And when I was a kid, like I said, when I get off the school bus, I come home, the flag would be up on our mailbox. I lived out in the country, south of Vancouver. So more QSL cards, right? And school, you know what I mean? Grade 7, grade 8, whatever. And the flag would be up, and I'd open up. There would always be QSL cards all the time in our mailbox. And so I'd just take a letter slicer and just kind of open them up and take them out, look at them, read them. And if they need to be replied to, I'd send them my QSL card, and then I just throw them in the box. So like I say, I got a ton of them stacked away in a box, and not a lot of people send QSL cards anymore. If you're looking for a really nice handy talkie, the President Randy, sweet portable rig. Okay, well, I got this one here. This is the 2-meter one, the Baofeng, right? And let me turn that off. It's kind of annoying. So this one actually works pretty good, but most of the time I have this one set to the fire department.
Channel mode.
And it's got lots of channels on it. Gets pretty good distance because I got the bigger antenna I put on it. And also I have external microphone too I can talk on.
Frequency mode. Channel mode.
Look at that. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that effect is. What am I supposed to do with that? If somebody's trying to rob me, is that my alarm? FM. Cool. Well, that's pretty cool. Wow. Alarm. That is cool. You know what? There's somebody coming in there. I didn't know this got FM radio. That is sweet. I had no idea this got FM radio on it. That's insane. I just figured that out. ASP batons, they stop robbers better than an alarm. Oh, I'll show you. Oh, yeah. I'll show you what stops a robber better than an alarm. Check this out. One sec. Oh, it's gloomy out, baby. No, it's gloomy. You know, it's funny. I was in Victoria the other day, and I walked through a really sketchy part of town. Like I'm talking tweakers, sketchy dudes, right? So, and you know what? I walked through there a couple of times. I'm not worried about it, but a lot of guys around carry big knives on their side. I don't. I carry this. You see? So this thing here is, get out. This one here is, you know, it can hurt you. I mean, if that's called a telescopic baton, right? That's the smaller one right there. So seriously, I had my hand on it the whole time I was walking through these guys because there was guys tweaking all over the place, right? And you know, if they're going to try robbing you, and this is the small one. I have a bigger one than that too, right? But that's pretty cool, isn't it? And it could come in handy, right? So hopefully I never have to use it. And I know you're not allowed to use it on anybody, but if anybody ever pulled a knife on me or something, I wouldn't have a problem using it. I honestly wouldn't. It's called self-defense, right? You have one of those right on. You have the same one. Cool. Yeah. The other one I have is the really big one, right? So anyway, you can buy them at the spy store, and I mean they just go on your belt, and made in Taiwan. I'm sure it could do some damage if you smack somebody. Like if somebody was to pull a knife on you, you know, I mean, you do smack them across the hand with that, you're gonna break their hand, right? So to collapse, might have to. Yeah, same with mine, Big D. I have to slam it into like the concrete or a rock or something, and yeah, but I think they could come in very handy if the situation should arise, right? So, but like you say, hopefully we never have to use them. Yeah, I have a Baofeng. It has, yeah, clutch. I never knew it had FM on it. That's crazy. Depends how big the knife is, right? That's what they always tell us. Martial arts, they say, you know, you got two legs, you can run. Get yourself out of the predicament. First, try to talk yourself out of it. And then, I mean, if you have to use force, but maybe best just to run. So anyway, I have that and I've had it for a while and I just have it on my belt wherever I go, right? I haven't had to use it yet. But, you know, seriously, when you're walking through an area like that and you see a lot of sketchy people, because I'm not used to that here on Salt Spring. We live on a small island. Yeah, there you go, man. If I was in the States and I lived in a state where I could open carry, hey, buddy, I would have one of those on me too. So when that radio, what's the radio showing? This one here is where is it? That's a Baofeng. This is a Baofeng radio, 2-meter radio. And it's amazing the distance on, like I was saying. So it comes with a smaller antenna. And this one here is a bigger antenna. And the antenna you buy these extra. But I bought it as a package. And I got it from Amazon in the US. It's called a Baofeng UV5R. And this one's got the bigger battery pack. Came with 2 batteries. So this is the bigger battery. And we were getting about 10-kilometer range out of it just talking around here. We got a lot of mountains here on Salt Spring. Waiting for my 2-element Delta Loop mobile to be made. Oh, cool. Good beam, man. Very good beam. So anyway, to put this antenna on here, you just unscrew it like that and just screw a new one in. And like I say, the microphone just plugs into the side. And I'm very happy that this thing's got FM on it. That's pretty cool. So if the power goes out, we can listen to some FM radio on this Baofeng. That's pretty exciting. Just playing around with it here with you guys, I found out something new, right? So anyway, that's cool that you're getting a new antenna clutch. Very, very cool. Beam antennas. I really like to put one up again in the future. I'm looking at a 3-element Yagi. I mean, I was looking at those 2-element smoking guns, but they're just so expensive. They want so much money for those Joe guns. Delta loops do. I had a 2-element V-quad back in the 1970s, late 1970s. A guy made it for me. It actually worked really good. It wasn't that high off the ground, and it was strictly horizontal, but I worked Australia on it and stuff like that. I was just a kid. I had it hooked up to the first the 452 and then my 458, TRC 458. No skip coming in here. Let me just see what's going on here. It's weird. You get the odd bit of skip come in, and then it just kind of disappears, right? Put my flag up there, good old American flag. So I wish I could have a. There's just too much wind here. Need to be. Yeah. So here, Big D, we don't have the wind. It's just wind is very rare that we get strong winds here. So you could have a beam. There's nobody on Salt Spring that I know of that actually has a CB beam up, but I know there's ham operators here. So there's ham beams up, Yagi tri-banders and stuff like that. Well, this is a longer whip. This is the longer whip. So the one that comes with it is, where the hell is it? Where is, oh, it's in here. I'll show you. Okay, so it comes in this box. Okay, so it comes in this box. I'm going to show you the stock antenna that comes with this Baofeng. How the hell did this thing open up? The stock antenna is super short. It actually fits in this box. Let me find it here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's the stock antenna. All right. There's the whip. All right. So there's the stock antenna. There's the whip I put on it. So the stock antenna is a tiny little antenna. And then there's the extra one. So that's an extra added thing you can buy. And like I say, I bought the package and it came with it. And it also came with this microphone. Came with that microphone. And then it came with some other sort of adapter. Bunch of crap in here. So I'm very happy with it. It's a nice little radio. Let the choke fire on 38 begin. 38. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything coming in here on 38. I'm looking at the ionosphere maps, not near you fully yet. I'd give it another. Oh, there's something. You're right, man. There's something on 6 right there. And then, back in the day, guys, you got the old walkie-talkies. Yeah, they had these center load kind of antennas like that and super long antennas. This one I actually had to put the crystals in. It's an old realistic TRC. I don't know what the number is on it. I'll have to take the case off. It's got the leather case on it. I bought that back in the 70s, and that is a realistic handheld old walkie-talkie. That's how big they were back then. Yeah, pretty cool. Used to work pretty good. And I mean, it still worked pretty good, but it takes a lot of batteries. Okay, so we got some skip coming in here, guys. I'm hearing a little bit of it. This is good. Yeah, the old walkie-talkie, eh? Yeah, I had another one too, but unfortunately got chucked out. And I have one more downstairs. I had 3 of them. You should see some of my old radios, man. I got another 458 too. Okay, so there's some skip coming in here, guys, on 28. This is good. I'm liking this. I may have to hop into action here. It's hard to get to those guys' numbers on channel 6, so let's see. Let's go to channel 28 here. How about a DX land? 612 on the west coast of Canada? Let's just test my... No, it's good. The match is good. How about a DX land? 612 west coast of Canada breaking. Pretty quiet on 28, man. Skip shooter 612, yeah, or skip junkie. How about a DX land? 612 west coast of Canada. 612 on the west coast of Canada waving. I just love when somebody comes back when there's nobody in there. And there's somebody out there with good ears. They're all ears. Yeah, they're not the alligator stations that are all mouth and no ears, right? There's a lot of those guys out there, and you figure they could hear you because they're booming in here, but I don't know, maybe they choose not to hear you. How about a DX land? How about a DX land 612 on the west coast of Canada? 612 on the west coast of Canada, breaking. Pretty quiet on 28 still, man. But 6. There is something coming in on 6 a little bit. I'm running an IMAX 2000 on this radio. On my 450 on the other radio, I run on the RCI 2970 DX. I run an Antron, and then on the 458, I'm running the Sigma Venom. Running the 40-year-old Techno half-wave station master. You gotta like that, man. That's awesome. I used to run a half-wave, my first antenna. I should do. Yeah, I don't have the lollipop. I got lots of. There are lots of different plants and things like that in the Hawaiian Islands, and a hula girl. Wendy's done a lot of tattoos on me over the years. And then I've got them done in other places too. But a lollipop, maybe I should. How about a DX land? How about a DX land? 612 west coast of Canada. 612 west coast of Canada, breaking. Yeah, when you go into channel 6, or I go on channel 6, I'm the weakest station in the nation because you can remember a lot of these guys are running thousands of watts, right? Thousands of watts. There we go. Is that Motormouth Mall? Almost sounds like Motormouth Mall. Let's go through the channels here. Oh, breaker channel 24. Breaker channel 612 west coast of Canada, waiting. Somebody keyed up in there, man. Bring it back. 612 west coast of Canada. Somebody actually keyed up in there. No, quiet, quiet, quiet. It looks like 6. There's just a little bit of skip coming in. Yep, got to keep trying. That's what fishing for skip is all about. I hope the Hawaiian stations come in today. I love talking to Hawaii. Motormouth Mall, dude, he was 60 plus. Yeah, he comes in so loud, that guy. Killer antenna, and I'm sure he's running mega power too. So Motormouth Mall is straight south of me on the California coast, but generally conditions don't run that way. So it's very rare that I actually hear him. I do hear him once in a while, but very rare. Only when the conditions are running straight north to south. Usually our conditions are running southwest, or they're running southeast, or they're running straight east, right? So to Ontario, and then to the southeastern states. We get Tennessee in here every day. Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, and then a lot of times it'll go up the East Coast too, like Connecticut, New York, and some of those places as well. Motormouth Mall does, and he's got the mall down, that dude. Maybe a tattoo of a tower and sparks on the top. Yeah, Big D, sparks on the top, running mega power through it. That sounds like Motormouth Mall, maybe. I bet you it is. I mean, he could be doing a video gate right now too. Motormouth Mall does a lot of live streams. Mower Junkie. Hell yeah, I'm looking for him hours on 38. Mower Junkie. Cool, that's a cool name. Let's see what we got here. Number 5 is Mexico right now. Okay, so it looks like skip is starting to pick up. The current time is 2:02 p.m. Pacific time here in the Gulf Islands. See what we got here. Let's go through the band. How about a DX land? How about a DX land? 612 west coast of Canada. 612 on the west coast of Canada listening. Could there be somebody out there listening to my station? How about a skip land? How about a skip land? 612 west coast of Canada. 612 on the west coast of Canada, breaking. Just got to kind of throw it out there, right? 9:02 a.m. Saturday. Wow, that's amazing, the time difference, eh? That's cool. What part of New Zealand are you in again? Are you like up in Auckland? Are you down in Christchurch? Are you farther down Dunedin and Invercargill? What part? Are you North Island or South Island? I got a big photograph of the South Island. I call them the New Zealand Alps on my wall here in the man cave. And my friend took the picture. He got married in New Zealand. And it's the whole side of the mountain is covered in tree ferns. North Island, Hamilton. Wow. So it's like subtropical there. Just like the perfect freaking climate. My buddy goes there. He go there for 6 months because his daughter has a house there. And he says it's just the best, man. The climate's just amazing. Just absolutely beautiful, the New Zealand climate. North Island is just like, it never really gets cold there. You grow all the tropical fruits and everything is just awesome. Just awesome. How about a DX land? How about a DX land 612 on the west coast of Canada breaking? Don't you just love lollipop mics? I've always had a lollipop mic, and they're just one of my favorite mics. Yeah, they're heavy duty, but they sure work good. The problem with these D104s, though, they pick up a lot of background noise, right? A lot of background noise. You're gonna get stuff coming in from the living room, right? Somebody says something in there, they'll pick it up through this microphone. North Island, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it gets that cold there, though. Like, I bet you probably don't get to 0 degrees Celsius, right? Muggy, and is that right? Muggy. Wow. It's interesting. I bet you don't get to freezing, though, do you? I don't think they're. I'm looking for one. I don't think. Well, you can get them on a Big D. You can get them on eBay. You can definitely get a D104 on eBay for sure, buddy. I bought this one on eBay. And I did have to wire the microphone cord in because it didn't fit the radio. So I had to dick around with it a bit. And I wired a new cord on it, and it works really good. I'm really happy with this D104. I just love it. And then I say my original one that I did a video on is my Tug 8 that I got in 1977 right there. That one in 1977. And it was used when I bought it. So it's a beauty. It is just a beauty. But check them out on eBay. You will find one. They're not cheap, though. They're very expensive microphones. But get the preamp one. Get the one with the Tug 9 stand. And then what you do, you take the screwdriver, you probably know, and then you can adjust the volume on the bottom right there, right, with a screwdriver. And it takes a 9-volt battery in it. How about a DX land? How about a DX land 612 west coast of Canada breaking? So this is what my audio sounds like on a D104 right there. I'll post that link again. That's somebody else's video gate. Yeah, lowest gets here around minus 12. You're kidding. You're kidding me. I did not think it ever got that cold in New Zealand. I mean, I thought down in Dunedin and Invercargill, I've never ever seen minus 12 here. I can honestly tell you that. The coldest I've ever recorded here was actually this past winter. Late December, we had one night, or actually one early morning, it dropped down to minus 8 degrees Celsius. So 17.5 degrees Fahrenheit is the coldest temperature I've ever recorded here at this place. And it wasn't cold enough to damage our beautiful palm trees. We have a lot of palm trees here. They all did really good. Static tone volume controls on. 575 M6. Oh, those are nice mics. Well, Big D, I have this other one too. I have this one. This is the M68 D104 handheld. So that's the M60. Yeah, that's what it is. D104 M68 handheld D104 preamp. And that's the one I have hooked up to my RCI 2970 DX. It works pretty good. They're expensive though. I looked on the internet there, and they're over $100 for those things. And it's shipping on top of it is like, so by the time you get that microphone, it's like, close to $130 for a freaking handheld. Minus 15. Wow. Minus 50. Oh yeah, you're in Ontario. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, our winter lasted 1 week this year. It was at the end of December, and that was it. That was our winter. And the last frost we had here was actually late this year, was March 10th. March 10th was our last frost. So we're on the Gulf Islands. We're out here on the islands. And because we live on the islands, you got to remember the ocean is like a heat bank. And when you have the Pacific Ocean around you, it actually regulates the air temperatures. So there's no extremes here on our southern Gulf Islands. There really is no extremes. You don't get extreme heat. Once in a blue moon, you do. And this past summer, last year, at late June, we had 42.9 degrees Celsius. It was absolutely insane in the membrane. I've never seen heat like that in my life. I was born and raised here on the coast, and it was record heat we had in late June. 42.9 degrees Celsius was 109 something degrees Fahrenheit. Meanwhile, minus 45 every day. Oh, God, minus 4. I couldn't do it, man. Well, you can check out what we grow here on my other channel. Banana JSSI is my other YouTube channel, and that's my gardening channel. And you can see exactly what grows here on Salt Spring Island and the Gulf Islands. And it is kind of mind-boggling to some people. When you think of Canada, you think of, God, they must be covered in snow most of the year. Maybe some of these guys live in igloos. Is Joe part Eskimo? I can assure you I'm not part Eskimo. And we don't live in igloos. And when you come out to the West Coast, you come out to the Pacific Coast of Canada, that's where the mildest winters are, right along the Pacific Coast. But once you get inland a little bit from the Pacific Coast, that's when the temperatures start to change, because you're not going to feel that it's not regulated from the ocean. So the farther you get away from the Pacific Ocean, then you're going to feel the less regulated, right? It's not moderated, the temperatures. So like I say, the ocean temperature probably doesn't go much below 8 degrees Celsius. And so that, like I say, it affects the air temperatures in the wintertime. So that's, we can grow lots of really cool palmy and exotic plants. So there's a lot of palm trees on Salt Spring Island, and a lot of palm trees all along the Pacific coast of Canada, especially the southwest coast of Canada. Like I was in Victoria the other day, and there's freaking palm trees all over the place. I know when you think about Canada, palm trees, there are lots of palm trees on the Pacific coast of Canada. And I'm talking streets lined with palm trees. Oh, yeah, man, over those ways, open up. Yeah, coldest day this winter, minus 30. North wind. Oh, that would be cold. So my little mittens, my little gloves that I wear, actually, it's rare that I ever wear gloves. I just wear a hoodie or sweatshirt on the coldest days. So the coldest day here was minus 8 degrees Celsius, but it didn't feel as bad because we don't have wind. We don't have any cold wind with that minus 8 degrees Celsius. And I've shot videos of it. So on my other YouTube channel, I go out on I shoot videos every single day of the year. Every single day of the year since I started YouTube in 2000, I guess it was 2008, I've been shooting YouTube videos. And you can see what it's like here every day of the year. On my other channel, I go out there when there's snow all over the palm trees. I go out there on the coldest day of the year, and you can see exactly what it is like here on Salt Spring Island. And Salt Spring Island's a pretty good size island where I live. It's 16.8 miles in length, and it's very hilly and mountainous from one end to the other. I live on the very northern end. It's like a point where I live. So I live really close to the ocean. The ocean is right across the street through those trees, and it's close on the other side. But the island gets really wide at the base. So if you live in the center of the island at the base, you're going to have a lot colder temperatures in the winter. You need gloves here or your fingers. Yeah, no, you can. I work outside for the Parks Department, gardener for the Parks Department for 19 years, and we're mowing lawn in January here. I kid you not. You can watch some of my videos on my other channel where the mowers are going in January. And I know it's crazy to think, but it's rare that I ever wear gloves. You don't, and your face doesn't get cold here. You don't get cold. It's people wear shorts here around. There's crazy people here that wear shorts. I used to be one of them, but I don't do that anymore because it is still damp and it is still cold. Even when it's 5 degrees Celsius in the wintertime, it's too cold for me to wear shorts. Now, I just find as I get older, I get way more aches and pains. So now I cover up those knees. But yeah, gloves, you can get away with on the coldest days if you want to wear gloves. Where's my gloves? Where are my gloves? These ones. I mean, these are pretty thin. These are pretty thin gloves, these ones right here. Actually, Wendy bought me these. I haven't even tried them on yet. I haven't even worn them yet. Look at that. They're actually nice gloves. So I don't know when I'm going to wear them, but maybe I will wear them. And, even when I ride my motorcycle, I put my motorbike on the road. Your fingers will drop off. That's a real Canadian winter. See, we're pussies out here on the West Coast. We are just little Canadian pussies. Do you have a hard time with scorpions? No, there's no scorpions here, but we do actually have black widows here on Salt Spring Island. And then there's that other spider too that's pretty bad. I forget the name. Is it the brown recluse or something? There's another spider you don't want to get bitten by, but we do have black widows. But, they're not going to bother you if you don't bother them. I think most of the time they're probably hiding out in wood piles, and it's not common for somebody to get bit by a black widow. I've seen black widows, but I've never been bit by one. I think you probably got to watch more for like deer ticks, like getting Lyme disease or something. And even that's very rare. But I mean, it can happen. I know people that have had Lyme disease from getting bitten by a tick. So if you're in the long grass or the bush, make sure to brush off, make sure to be ticks. But no scorpions here. I'm sure. I think there's scorpions up in our desert areas of British Columbia. So if you go up to a Soyuz into the Okanagan, I believe there are scorpions. There's rattlesnakes up there. I know that. So, and there's lots of cactus. I mean, we have cactus here. We have native cactus on our island, but no scorpions. We have lizards. We do actually have native lizards on our island. Kind of cool. So there's my gloves that I haven't worn yet, and Wendy bought me those gloves. It is really a gloomy day out, guys. It's really gloomy. I was hoping there'd be more skip and I get to talk to some of you fine folks. Let's go to channel 6 again. It's really trying to bust through on channel 6. Like, it is really trying hard to come through, but it ain't. Not good enough. See? You hear that? Unbelievable. There is skip out there. Ticks are a pain, Big D. I don't want to get bitten by one of those ones that have the Lyme's disease, because I think that Lyme's disease can affect you for life, right? My mom actually had one on her leg. One time she was in the shower and she was washing. She's like, what's that on my leg? And she actually had a tick in her leg. So she got the thing out because it wasn't in all the way, put it in a jar, took it to the doctor, and she didn't get Lyme's disease, thank God. Took one out of our dog once. Have a little device called a tick twister, and you twist them out with it, right? But yeah, you definitely want to avoid ticks. No, it's just, what a shame. So quiet. I'm thinking it's going to come in though. Channel 6 right now. Yeah, anyway, I'm glad all you guys joined in the live stream. And I wanted to, like I say, do it at noon, but Wendy and I were in town. And then we had to come home, and I started cleaning up the accommodation. We got people checking in at, the check-in time is 3 o'clock for the accommodation. So they could be checking in at 3. They could be checking a little bit later. So it's a long weekend. It's Good Friday. And it's going to be a very busy weekend here on Salt Spring Island. The Saturday market is on. And Wendy and her daughter are set up at the Saturday market selling their artsy things. So in the morning, I got to get up and I go down there and I help set them up at the market, right? So hopefully we have good weather for them. Nothing. Oh, 13, I hear a little something. I'm sure when I finish this live stream, you know what? That's when the skip's going to start rolling in. You watch. That's when the skip's going to roll in when I finish this live stream. Nothing. It's trying so hard, but just not good enough conditions. So we'll go for a little bit longer, maybe a few more minutes. Then I'll pull the plug, and I'm going to go grab something to eat. And like I say, if it does roll in a little bit later, I will be on channel 28 working the skip. And then I go down to 11 too. If the skip's rolling in really good, I like to go down to 11, because on 11, that's where the Hawaiians come in. That's the Hawaiian call channel, and lots of Central Pacific stations come in. So I like to work some of those guys. And I jump between 28, 11, and then I go down to 915. 26, 915. I talked to a few guys down there. I talked to Transistor. I talked to 72 in Alabama, and 121 in Hawaii. I talked to him down there. So there's a few guys I talked to there. Stump Jumper, Missouri. And then I'll head up to sideband, and I go anywhere from 37 to 42. That's where I hang out. Kind of like I just kind of scan between 27 375 and 27 425, right? Listen. Yeah, so hopefully Clutch, there'll be some skip coming in on sideband, and you'll hear me out there. I may hear you first if it's coming in, and hopefully we'll get some contact. We'll put some fire in the wire, and we'll see if we can do a video gate. If I got you in there, we'll do a video gate, and we'll get you on for video gate number 2, right? You've already made one video gate, and I know some of you guys out there made the video gates. I want to get all you guys on the video gate, right? Because you're the guys that make the channel. This is your channel, not my channel. Your channel. You're the guys that make the video gates. Without you guys, I wouldn't have any video gates, right? So, and another good guy to watch is Wagon Master. He's in Utah. I watched one of his live streams last night. I always watch his live stream. He's got really nice channel. I really like that guy, and he's been on the radio a long time too. So Wagon Master, I forget the number on Wagon Master. It's Wagon Master anyway in Utah, and really good. He's been into 11 meter band radio for a long time, since he was a kid like me. I got into it when I was a kid, and he got into it when he was a kid too. Yeah, Wagon Master 390. I was on his live stream last night. That's right. I think you were on there last night too. Right. So I'm going to give him a plug. Wagon Master 390, 445 Video Gates is good. My buddy in Mississippi. And I'm trying to think, there's another one too, 575 Video Gates. There's a bunch of Video Gates out there. UDX 390. Right. Yeah. So I should get me a UDX number, shouldn't I? But I don't want to change my 791 number or my 612 number. Like, I've had 612 since 1977. That was actually part of my call number. Because years ago, you used to have a license to operate a CB radio, and my call number was XM12 6128, right? Yeah, Wagon Master got me a gate last week. Cool. Oh, he did. He got you. Oh, awesome. I haven't, I may have talked to Wagon Master in the past. And like he said, we've both been on the radio since the 1970s. So maybe over the years, we've talked to each other. I've talked to so many stations in Utah over the years. So, and I think before he lived in Utah, he was in Washington State. Let's see if I can talk to somebody here. How about a DX land? 612 on the west coast of Canada. 612 on the west coast of Canada breaking. Nothing. Nada. Nobody hear me out there in Skip land. Anyway, I have a lot locals who got their CB line back in the day. They still use their numbers. Yeah, so the DOC, Department of Communication, has done away with having a license. It's just kind of a free-for-all here. And, back in the day, I've actually had them come out to my house and check out my equipment more than once. Because even in 1980, I was running 600 watts. I had a 600-watt linear amplifier running through my beam. I got it in 1980, and I was running at 381. And then I got rid of it. So it was a Chris Big Boomer 600-watt tube job linear. And I do actually have pictures of it. I'll next live stream I'll put a picture of actually, you know what? I got a picture of it right here. Right here. Let's find the picture of my Chris Big Boomer. Let's see what we got here, folks. Since I'm sitting by my old photo album. Let's see. Where? There it is. So there's my D104. And you can see the big box sitting on top of the DX302 receiver. That is a linear amplifier. That was a big one. See that? That's a huge linear amplifier. So that's a Chris Big Boomer. And then I used to push that through. At first, I pushed it through a high gain super penetrator 500, golden penetrator 500 antenna. And then I put it through my beam antenna. And I used to talk pretty much wherever I wanted to talk with that baby. Right? That put a lot of fire in the wire. Here I was XM49. Okay, cool. Wow, back in the day, those are worth. Yeah, it was tube. There was a tube linear amplifier, and and there's my beam. There's my beam antenna right there that I had up. That was my high gain quad Eliminator 2 element beam up on a 30. It was 36 foot up, 30-foot tower with 6 foot of mast right there. So yeah, back in the day, man. Back in the freaking day. That's crazy. There's back in the day, we used to do a lot of skip shooting. There's a 1980 right there. There's my old TRC 458, my D104 back in the day, right? Skip shooting. I was skip shooting. There's a call coming in. Crazy. Huh. Motor vehicle accident. Somebody slammed into a power pole. Yeah. Kind of like the old photos. Yeah. So somebody slammed into a power pole there by the sounds of it. That is not cool. It is not good to slam into power poles, folks. That was the, so I got, like I say, I got it set onto the police or the fire department. So see how the skip's doing before I crack off this live stream. Nothing. Sounded pretty quiet there, folks. So anyway, I did get rid of the linear, and then the next linears I got were the Texas Stars, and then we got some RM linears in the vehicles. Wendy's got one in hers, and I have one in mine. Do you stick? I stick it on the yeah. I got it on the fire department frequency from Victoria. Victoria is not that far from us on southern Vancouver Island. Our islands are tucked up against very southern part of Vancouver Island, right? So if you look up the Southern Gulf Islands, you'll see exactly where Salt Spring is, and so we can pick up the fire calls from Victoria as well. So that works pretty well. I'm quite happy with that little guy. It's kind of fun just listening to the calls, right? Little excitement here on Salt Spring Island. So anyway, it doesn't look like no skip. It's dead. So I'm going to turn that off. And I think I'm probably going to call her a day because I think I've done a long enough live stream and bored you guys to death. Right? So no, that's not a Wilson. That is a Tram 300 mag mount right there. And we have 3 of them. So that's just an extra one I have. So I'll tell you what happened. I ordered one for Wendy's vehicle when she got her radio, and they sent me the mag mount without the antenna. So I contacted Amazon and I said, hey, listen here, you sent me the mag mount, but the antenna's missing. So they says, no problem. We'll get right on that right away, and we'll send you another one, and you can keep that mag mount. So it was a brand new mag mount. So I kept it, and I just bought an antenna for it, a whip. And so that's why I have 3 of them. So they sent me, so I got that one free of charge. So Serial 5000 mag mount, good. Yeah, Serial 5000 is a good one, man. Joe, no, I've never been part of that, but I remember back in the day people were when you went to Channel 9. Hey, thanks for joining in, Brother DXer. I like that. I like that name, Brother DXer. That is freaking sweet. So that's a good handle, Brother DXer. Is that your handle? Brother DXer. Or that's just your YouTube name. Anyway, I do remember the Big D. I do remember the reacts. Take care, William. Always good to have you in there. I always want to call you Gordon Lightfoot. Oh, you know who's on Salt Spring right now? Steve Martin. Steve Martin, the comedian, is on Salt Spring right now. And I'll tell you a little secret about Salt Spring. A lot of famous people come here so they don't get bothered. Okay. So anyway, I was in the coffee shop today, and James, that works in the liquor store, said Steve Martin, the comedian, came into the liquor store and bought a big bottle of something to drink. And so Steve Martin says, where's he staying? And no doubt the Hastings House. So he's staying at the Hastings House, which is around $900 a night to stay there on Salt Spring Island. So Steve Martin, the comedian, is on Salt Spring right now. And I'm sure hope that Wendy can see him at the market tomorrow. Maybe he's going to be low key and not go out to the market, or maybe he'll be at the art show tonight, or maybe he will be, like I say, at the market tomorrow, because where he's staying is walking distance to Ganges, our village, and he's staying at the Hastings House Hotel. All right, Big D, catch you later. And Clutch, catch you later, man. 226 West Texas, yeah. He bought tequila. Steve Martin is on our island, and he bought a bottle of tequila. All right, so anyway, Brother DXer, thanks for coming in and joining me, the 612, the Skip Junkie / AKA West Coast Skip Shooter. I kind of like Skip Junkie better because I am a bit of a skip junkie, right? And you guys are skip junkies too. All right, catch you all later. And if I do see Steve Martin in town, I will make sure to shoot a video. And Wendy might see him before I do, because Wendy's set up at the market all day tomorrow. And if she sees Steve Martin, and also Robin Williams had a place here too for a long time. You know, the comedian that unfortunately is not with us anymore. He had a place here for a while. All right, catch you later. Big Stack, Big D, Clutch, Brother DXer, William Lightfoot. Who else is in there? There's a bunch of people in there. And if I've missed anybody, I'm very sorry. I like to go through and get your name. So there's a few. William Lightfoot, we're in there. We got you, Garrett in Hawaii, Pastor Ron. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. And I will see you next live stream video gate, and hopefully catch you on the airwaves here. All right. Hopefully we'll catch you in DX land. That's what I like to say, DX land. All right. Adios, amigo. And cheers and aloha from the Southern Gulf Islands of Canada. Until next time, hang loose. All right. Bye for now. Make sure to hang loose.